Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Screen Scene Guru coming at you with another live sports coverage on Raw. So, really cool, fun stuff here. Catching up on this week, we had a match on Monday, April 27th. This was the second Raw after WrestleMania 42. So, let's get into this stuff right here. So, I'm on the official WWE page. We've got Raw results, April 27th, 2026. Roman Reigns accepts Jacob Fatu's Backlash Challenge. So, really cool stuff here, guys. Jacob Fatu has been just killing it on SmackDown. He recently took on Solo Sequoia and the whole tribe that he's hanging out with. I believe they call them like the Lanterns or something like that. But let's get into this. After Jacob Fatu attacked heavyweight champion Roman Reigns, OTC accepts the challenge from the Samoan werewolf. Plus, Asuka assaulted Iko Sky during Sky's title match against Women's International Champion Becky Lynch. Seth Rollins challenges Braun Breaker at a match at Backlash, and more. So really cool stuff. They're building up to Backlash in Tampa, which is going to be happening in a few months. Looking forward to that. So let's go down real quick. So yeah, of course, Seth Rollins challenged Braun Breaker after coming out and talking about how he ruined his match for WrestleMania with Gunther. We saw Braun Breaker run down the mat, take out Seth Rollins, and he threw him into the ring right when he was about to be challenged by Gunther. So he kind of wrecked that match for him. Then we got to see the Intercontinental Champion, Penta, defeat Rusev in a non-title match, which was pretty cool. We also got to see, just as the match was beginning, Raw superstar Ethan Page arrived, and he was there last week when he fought Javon Evans. Ethan Page was just a ringside match to watch as a spectator, but then he ended up getting in the ring to beat up Penta with Rusev, and then Javon Evans ended up coming out to take out both Ethan Page and Rusev, which was awesome. He was just doing OG cutters off of each one of the corners of the mats. Really cool fight we saw that was quick, very quick. Iko Sky confronted Becky Lynch after Becky put out an open challenge, which was very interesting. She usually is kind of not willing to do that. But Iko Sky came out, and Becky Lynch went after her, saying she's not fresh, she's not new. She wanted to fight someone else, and then, of course, the brawl ensued. Women's International Champion Becky Lynch defeated Iko Sky with the help of Asuka, of course. And then really cool, we got to see the Vision come out to ruin Joe Hendry's concert. Joe Hendry confirmed he's leaving SmackDown and coming to Raw, which is really cool. Fans like Joe Hendry. So it does look like he is going to be having a match with Logan Paul. They asked for him to be fired, which was kind of funny. And then, of course, we had Rey Mysterio come out to challenge El Grande Americana. He is going up against a Mask v. Mask match in Mexico City in a few weeks. So getting ready for that, he hoped to challenge a legend. And surprise, surprise, a legend he had. Rey Mysterio defeated El Grande Americana, which I wasn't too shocked by. And then, of course, we had Obafemi versus Grayson Waller. We had Grayson Waller talking smack backstage to Adam Pearce. And then, of course, the ruler, Obafemi, asked Pearce to set up the match, and he did, and he took him out very quickly. This was like under 3 minutes. But it was a wicked match. Some people were saying, yeah, Grayson Waller had Pokemon on his pants, which were kind of funny. And then we got to the 4 women matchup of the night. Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez defeated Bayley and Lyra Valkyrie. So this is a Another match that's been going on for weeks. Sometimes Bailey and Lyra get the upper hand, and other times, the Vision or Judgment Day gets to whoop them. We did see a little bit of a backstage conversation with Roxanne Perez and Finn Balor, and he warned her that the Judgment Day isn't going to have her back when she needs them. She told Finn to stay away from the clubhouse. And then towards the end of the night, we got Roman Reigns accept Jacob Fatu's Backlash challenge after he choked him out. Jacob Fatu told him last week he needs that title, and then he pursued to berserk on him. But yeah, very interesting stuff going on. We know that there's SummerSlam. They're getting ready for that to begin. Of course, Backlash is also happening in Tampa, so they are getting ready for their big matches coming up. Let's see what else is going on besides just Raw. I can pull up SmackDown real quick. Let's see, 5 days ago, Jacob Fatu conquers Solo Sikoa before destroying the MFTs. So that's Solo Sikoa's team, not the Lanterns, the MFTs, which sounds like a weird online trading group. But Jacob Fatu took them all on SmackDown. This was back 5 days ago, last Friday, and he beat them. So let's see. Full match, Undertaker versus, that's way up back. Tiffany Stratton wins her women's U.S. title back, so that's something. Danhausen invades the Miz's house, so they're going back to this pay-per-view ridiculous antics of showing up at these celebrities' houses to supposedly run amok on them. Fatal Influence attacks Brie Bella, Paige, and Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. So we had the Fatal Influence showed up and they took care of business against 3 pretty well-established fighters. So that was kind of interesting to see. Brie Bella is injured right now. Paige has come back out of retirement. She hasn't been back to Raw since 2019. So really happy to have Paige back. But they obviously brought her back because Brie was injured and she needed her tag team partner back. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, they are also kind of having a struggle coming back from losing their tag team titles. So that's also something to keep an eye out for. Let's see. Let's do this one full highlight. Oh, yeah, I want to play a video. Yeah, so I guess let's see, Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. That was back during WrestleMania. So it looks like back on April 24th, the Rhea Ripley suffers a 3-on-1 beatdown from the Fatal Influence. Which, yeah. So the Fatal Influence have become bigger group on SmackDown. These 3 ladies. They challenged Rhea Ripley and they beat her, which was kind of shocking, right? And then Rhea Ripley challenges JC Janet to an impromptu match. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on. Oh yeah, they talked about Sami Zayn ambushes Trick Williams disguised as a gingerbread man on SmackDown. So a lot more comedy stuff going on because SmackDown is on the Sci-Fi channel now. It went from CW to Sci-Fi. It's losing money, and we're seeing more and more of their fighters show up on Raw each week. So that is very interesting. New intro songs, too, on this week of Raw. If you guys check out the closed captionings, one band is covering all of the intro songs to the fighters, which I thought that was very interesting. Because years ago, they used to support small indie bands coming out with their songs. Now, I think they might have a contract or a music deal with one particular band to come out with a bunch of different songs for different fighters. So that's kind of interesting. Let's see. Back the 24th, we had R-Truth and Damian Priest versus Tama Tonga and JC Metroy. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world of wrestling, guys. So if you're not checking it out, be sure to. Let's see. So yeah, that was back on the 24th. But there's sure to be more fights coming this Friday, Thursday, Friday, main event. Anyone? But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the coverage. Have you guys watched this current week's Raw? Let me know what you think of the arcs going on with the storytelling. I know a lot of people want LA Knight to come back, but he has been telling Jay and Jimmy Uso that if the bloodline returns, it's going to be his problem to deal with. So there's that. But be sure to like, subscribe, follow the page for more content, more sports news coverage. But this is me, Scene Screen Guru, signing off. Have a good one, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye-bye.